What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dallas, and today I'm going to be reading some Am I the A-Hole posts off of Reddit. And I'm doing this video just a little bit differently. As much as I love spending all of my time with you all and filming these YouTube videos, I still have to make money because I do not on YouTube. So this is just fun for me. I'm gonna go ahead and explain. I will be reading the posts here because I'm a safe driver. I'm gonna be reading the posts here at my house, and I'll integrate them throughout the video as I go along with my workday. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it, but I will see you on the other side. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and read the first Am I the A-Hole post. I am gonna have to put my glasses on. I'm sorry about the glare. It is what it is. Otherwise I can't see and you're just gonna see me squinting the whole time, and I'm not doing that today. So, am I the a-hole for taking advantage of my girlfriend? No opinions yet. We're just reading this and we are waiting for context, of course. So I feel like I'm about to get flamed, so throw away. My girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Since we started dating, we have a tradition of paying for each other for dinner for our birthdays. We don't have a limit on how much that meal would cost. My girlfriend doesn't drink, neither do I anymore. She at the most has a mocktail or a sparkling water. I usually pay $100 to $150 for both of us for her birthday dinner. My birthday was 2 days ago and we went out. I drink, which my girlfriend doesn't like, and she thinks it's a waste of money. Okay, well that's like a conversation that you should probably have, but let's just continue reading. But it's my birthday and she agreed to pay for everything. I had 8 drinks and, oh, jeez. I had 8 drinks and a steak and dessert at a steakhouse, which cost about $200. With her $70 meal, it came to $310 with tip, which she didn't say anything at the time, as we don't. But last night blew up at me for drinking so much money and expecting me to cover it. So drinking so much and probably spending so much money and expecting her to cover it. I defended myself because it was technically unlimited, and no, I wasn't drunk. I have a pretty high tolerance, so it's not fair that I can't enjoy myself. She is pretty frugal, so she thinks it's a crazy amount, and I was an a-hole for leaving her with this high of a bill. We agreed we would pay for each other's meals and drinks, and it's not my fault she doesn't normally get more than 1 drink, and it's a non-alcoholic, so it's cheaper. But she has been ignoring me and refusing to talk it out. If she's that upset, I'll reimburse her for my portion, and then that's the end of our tradition. Let's see what future Dallas has to say about this one. Okay, so for the first post, obviously I didn't like the title of the post. I thought that maybe it could be like one of those clickbaity titles that, you know, as you read on, there's a purpose and a reason, and it makes sense why the title's so awful, and it's not as bad as it sounds, but that's not the case here. And the first sentence of the post doesn't deliver much hope after that either. The first sentence is literally, I know I'm gonna get flamed, so this is a throwaway. So my dude knew he was gonna get roasted, and he used a throwaway account for this in order to write this post. So I'm sorry, admission of guilt already, first line, already guilty. I mean, and yes, he was deemed the a-hole. So anyways, on my opinion, which I know nobody asked for, but I'm giving anyway, I think that this guy is an a-hole. I also think there are like maybe some underlying things going on behind this post that he's not writing. I think that there's probably more issues that he's not talking about and more feelings he's having besides this, because this is pretty, it's kind of, it almost seems passive aggressive, like the circumstances and what he did. And as far as the post itself, the math ain't mathin', and the math in the post, it certainly ain't mathin'. I think that he was being passive aggressive when he wrote this, or when he did this, I mean, because, and the only reason I say that, and I keep saying that word, those words, is because you've been together for 3 years. This is now the 3rd year that you've done this tradition, right? So you've done this for 3 years, and this sounds like, it's obviously because you're writing this post, this sounds like it's the first year that any actual feathers were ruffled. So I feel like for one, as you said in the end of your post, yeah, I feel like this tradition is over for you guys. And also, I feel like by the third year, you should already have like boundaries and like rules established, because I don't think it makes sense what you're saying. And I think it's kind of unfair what you did to her. I think that, how dare you? Like, how dare you? I feel like maybe you were just trying to like stick it to her or teach her a lesson. Maybe you just didn't even like, maybe you're sick and tired of the tradition. Say that. People can't read your mind. I'm always baffled by it. Like, communication is one of like the biggest things in a relationship. And girl, don't let him call you frugal either, because I feel like his explanation of the bill just, once again, just makes my point even like more clear in this situation. Meaning, like, if your portion of dinner was $70 at his birthday dinner, that means on your birthday, when he said he spent, let's say on the high end, he spent $150 for the two of you. That means that your portion was about the same as on his birthday dinner. So let's say $70, give or take. So that means that he probably spent about the same amount of money at your birthday. So I feel like he's not holding the standards high enough. So he knows that he's not drinking. So who's really the frugal one here? You know, he knows that you're not going to drink. He probably didn't. Either he had one or he didn't drink that much at your birthday dinner. And honestly, I mean, that's pretty frugal to me. Just say it. So I don't know. And the fact that he even points it out that like 8 drinks is, let's say $310 was his bill minus 70. So that's, I don't even know. It's on the screen. But I'm just saying, like, that's a lot to expect of somebody to pay for. And at that point, you could have been cool. You could have been like, listen, I'm going to get drunk on my birthday. I'm going to get hammered. You could have said, this is going to be your birthday present to me, because I'm sure she also bought you a birthday present. And she probably spent money on it too. So you could have explained to her, like, I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to have multiple drinks. Are you okay with paying for that? Like, do you have enough money to pay for that? Because I would die if ever one of my bills was $300 for, oh my gosh, I would die. I'm like, here I am Uber eating while I'm filming this, and I would die. So yeah, you're the a-hole, dude. You were the a-hole big time. Move on, girl. Move on far away from this guy, because forget about him. There's other fish in the sea that would never make you pay for a birthday dinner of theirs ever, even if you offered. So anyways, all right, next post. Okay, post number 2. Am I the a-hole for calling my boyfriend's degree useless? Well, me, 29, and my boyfriend, 27, were at a party a few nights ago. We met up with my friends. My boyfriend and I have been in a relationship for a year and celebrated our anniversary 3 weeks ago. While at the party, one of my friends asked my boyfriend about school and work, etc. My boyfriend has a degree in African languages and works as a nonprofit. It's nice. I had quite a lot of drinks, so I called my boyfriend's degree useless because he doesn't make that much money at his job. In a funny way, of course. Most of my friends laughed, probably uncomfortably. Anyways, one friend told me it was an a-hole thing to say. My boyfriend wasn't happy either, although his degree really isn't all that useful. Gosh. Ever since, my boyfriend has been kind of cold, and I feel like an ASS. I wonder what Future Dallas is going to say about this one. Okay. I was absolutely horrified by the title of the second post. I thought that off the bat, right away, my thoughts are that you were definitely the a-hole in this. And I do believe Reddit deemed you the a-hole in this as well. I think any education is good education. I think that it's a really big indication that he's a good person if has a nonprofit career. And yeah, you might not make a lot of money off of doing that, but I'm sure he does what he can, and I'm sure he's doing it for a reason. And I'm sure the reasons have nothing to do with you. So just like that alone, you saying that just shows how selfish you are. And I feel like you should be a lot more supportive of him, only because, I mean, who are you to say that what he cares about and what he's devoted his life to and his work to and his career to is useless. I mean, at that point, I would be like, if I was him, I would be like, you're useless and goodbye. So I don't have an update, but if they stayed together, she's very lucky that he even tolerated that, because that's what you do. That's your career. And I mean, it's one thing to be unhappy with somebody's choice of career or have a problem with their career in some way. Like, that's one thing. But if your base is just like, oh, it's useless, and I mean, I think that's crazy. I really do. I think that's crazy. I definitely think that you're the a-hole in this situation, and you don't deserve that guy. I feel bad for him, and I hope he broke up with you after that, because, I mean, how can you say something that mean, especially in front of all of your friends? And yeah, a few of them laughed. I'm sorry, girl. A few of them laughed because it was awkward AF. Okay? That's the only reason they laughed. I have news for you. It was out of pure uncomfortableness, and for no other reason than that. Nobody thought that was funny, and nobody thought that was nice. I can tell you that right now. And I don't think anybody thought it was a joke either, because I feel like at that point you have more issues to what you're saying. So maybe you have a problem with the amount of money he's making. Again, I feel like these posts, it's like you have to read between the lines, because what they're saying and what they're doing, and it's too much. You know what I mean? If you have a problem with how much he makes, go find somebody else that makes more money. Go find somebody else that's better fit for you. But he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve to be humiliated in front of your friends out in public and belittled. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I think you're an a-hole. So, bye. Oh, this is a doozy. Am I the a-hole for calling my girlfriend needy for making idiotic questions? Which I could already interject future Dallas's opinion and say that you didn't word that correctly, so who are you calling an idiot? Anyways, I don't feel like I am, but some of my friends told me I should write this here to get some insight. I, 23 male. Oh God, no offense. But when I was in my 20s, anyways, I, 23 male, have been with my girlfriend, 22 female, for 2.5 years. She is amazing, funny, and beautiful. But she got a big problem. She just can't stop talking. She is always talking about anything and everything. But what really gets on my nerves are the hypothetical questions. If we had a cat and a kid, and the cat needed to go to the vet, but the only extra money we have is going to buy our kid B-Day present, what would you do? I would answer those kinds of questions. I don't know what that says about me, but well, last week I snapped. I just want to have a good time with my girl. And she asked, what would I do if all the internet and phones stopped working out of nowhere and nobody knew what was happening? There's a movie about that, and it's a good movie, just saying. And I just said I would be happy that I would be able to have time off her needy questions, always needing me to say what I would look out for her. I just was annoyed, and I wanted her to stop. It's not very good. She just said my wish was granted and left because of a simple comment. Words hurt, man. Maybe I was a bit harsh, but come on. I just wanted a night off and said something unnecessary. Okay, take 3. Jeez. She stopped the questions, but is also kind of cold with me. And my friends keep insisting that I got to apologize, but I don't see why. Finally, she stopped the bugging. I just want her to go back to her normal self now. Am I the a-hole? Take it away, future Dallas. Okay, so for the third and final post, so for this one, I kind of felt attacked a little bit, and only because I'm usually the one that talks a lot, and I'm usually the one that asks ridiculous questions, and honestly, I'm like, is that me? Did Chris write this? But I don't think Chris has this opinion of me. At least I don't think so. Or does he? I really, really hate this for her, because I feel like you are just not being fair to her. If you're gonna be with somebody, don't try and change them. I mean, I get it. Like, you want to, like, you know, everybody should adapt to their partners, and I do feel that, you know, and I guess I just think that she had always been this way. So what's your problem, dude? Like, I just feel like you started dating her and seeing her knowing that she talks a lot and asks a lot of questions. And if she has a book with these questions in it, maybe you should take a look at what kind of book she has, because from what I understand, there are a lot of people that ask questions that you think are really, really weird, but what they're doing is they're getting inside of your head, seeing what you're going to say, how you're going to react, you know, what your answer is going to be, because that's a pretty good indicator of your personality, the way you answer some of these questions, even though you think they're ridiculous. And yeah, I'm sure after a while it would get old, but at that point, the way you handled it was awful. And I think you do owe her an apology if she even stayed with you. I mean, I hope that she took that as a sign to leave, because I would have. I don't think that you should be in a relationship with somebody and knowing that they're one way, especially something like talking and, you know, whatever you rambling, whatever you call it. You know, I talk a lot. Obviously, you know, if you're subscribed to my channel, you know I'm a blabbermouth. But I talk a lot. But the thing is that I tell you, I am who I am. If you don't like me, then leave me. And if you want to find less, then more power to you. But I'm not that. So definitely think that you're the a-hole in here in this situation, and you miss what you have when it's gone. You know, maybe that was a good indicator for you to realize that you actually really do love her, and that even though you think that her talking and questioning is annoying, that you might actually miss that in your life, you know. So I don't know, I think just being with somebody for a while and getting to know them, and then, you know, I just feel like conversations should be had when you start to feel a certain way. Don't bottle it up. Express your problems and your opinions like you should to your partner. You owe them that, and they owe you that. So yeah, definitely the a-hole. But I guess I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, this car edition. I post full YouTube videos every single Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. and a ton of YouTube shorts daily in between that. So make sure you subscribe, and you can turn on the bell icon. That will notify you every time I post. And yeah, I hope you have the best rest of your week. And as always, I'll see you next Wednesday.